Let's start. We have a very old system of transmission. The Honorable Minister was mentioning a while ago that we have constructed thousands of kilometers of circuit. We have transmission towers. We have transmission lines spread. We have also the transformers to store energy. Then we have to improve the supply from a particular point to another point. Unless the whole system is improved, the power which is generated at an enormous cost cannot be put to proper use. Very often the efficiency of the transmission system has been the subject of discussion in this house also. Whenever a question is raised, the minister would stand up and give a reply saying that the power is available, yet we are not effectively able to transmit it. Just a while ago, the minister was making a mention about that. We have about 2000 MW of more power in the eastern sector, while there is shortage in the south, but we are not effectively able to transmit that power to the southern sector para. We have the concept of grid. We have the national grid system, we have the regional grids, but still we are finding it very difficult properly transmit the power from one point to the other effectively, and that will add to the cost of the power at the point of the consumer. When it is being utilized by the consumer, he will be burdened with more cost in this bill. The government intends to entrust the rights of transmission to a central transmission utility in the states for intra-state transmission. The state transmission utilities are to be set up. They are also empowered to fix the tariff for transmission. Stop Parachin. As rightly pointed out by my friend Mr. X, there is a doubt regarding the authority being conferred on these transmission utilities in the matter of fixation of fee for transmission. Fixation of licensing fee is one thing, but the charges that are being levied or are being collected for actual transmission of the power is another thing. Care will have to be taken while fixing the tariff. As rightly pointed out, it should be transparent. There should be a proper discussion or deliberation before fixing the tariff. Otherwise, again, I am afraid that will add to the cost and that will impose a heavy burden on the consumer para. So far as the improvement of the transmission system is concerned, the materials which are already used for construction of the towers and for the transmission lines have become very old. Maintenance is not properly done. A rightly pointed out, for the proper maintenance of the system, we require a lot of money. On the one side, we require investment for generation of power, and on the other side, we require a lot of funds for the improvement of the transmission system. Over a period of time, there has been a step-motherly treatment. Rather, the transmission sector has been neglected. In fact, suggestions were made that equal investments would have to be made for generation, transmission, as well as distribution. since the transmission and distribution sector have been neglected today, we are running up with the shortage of power plant. The minister will have to clarify how, by authorizing this central transmitting utility or the state transmission utilities, have they proposed to augment the resources which can be reinvested in improving the transmission system, except that there is a mention about granting the license by the collecting a prescribed fee. Here is no other provision which entails augmentation of resources of in reinvestment in this sector. Then it will also have to be ensured that the resources mobilized by granting licenses for transmission and by levying the operation for transmission, the entire resources will have to be reinvested for the improvement and upkeep of the transmission system para. And today, as we see, like the example we have in my state Karnataka, we have two different bodies, one for generating the power, that is the Karnataka Power Corporation. Then the State Electricity Board for transmission and distribution. It is seen that the generating company is always making profits, but not to the tune to which it ought to have made, because the other entity, that is the electricity board, which involves transmission and distribution, has to give a lot of money to the generating company. Why does this problem come? Why can the transmission and distribution not be properly compensated? Why can resources not be mobilized? By ensuring a proper transmission, distribution of the system, we will have to improve the transmission system, no doubt, because everybody would like to have quality power supply at the point of payment. So proper attention will have to be paid to the transmission system as well as the distribution points. We have that with the authority being conferred with various government agencies, and with the proposed participation, of course, in a limited way, the situation may improve. Stop. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Mera Bharat.